Thank God every day for your pancreas that has the ability to revive. Abstain. We looked at the abstains here, but I'd like to look at something else, and that is timing. What do I mean by timing? What have diabetics always been told? How often should they eat? Every 2 hours. But as you'll see tomorrow, that greatly disrupts digestion. I liken it to this. My husband said to me, I had a 2-hour job to do today. He said, I got so many phone calls and so many interruptions that the job that takes 2 hours ended up taking him 8 hours. In fact, he started locking his, he doesn't like locking his door, but he's shutting his door. Please, just let me finish this job. That's exactly what happens in the stomach. We've put our breakfast in, now leave it. Let it do its job. How do you interrupt it? By putting more food in a couple of hours later and more food in a couple of hours after that. So digestion, they've even found that the food can be in the stomach 8 hours later. There can still be some remnants of breakfast when people are eating all day long. I remember when I first became a mother, I didn't want to be in the kitchen all day long. So I made sure my children had a decent meal, high in fibres, good proteins, great fats. So I didn't have to keep going back in the kitchen. And I see the same today. I've got so much to do, I just want to eat, and I don't want to think about it for another 5 hours. So timing. So this is the time-restricted eating. So ideally, 2 meals for diabetics. So this, you know, some people choose to do 8 and 2, some people choose to do 9 and 3, especially people that are retired, they find that works well. If it's a 7 o'clock breakfast and a 1 o'clock lunch, they may need a little something at night. But if it is something at night, it's a bowl of soup or it is a smoothie, something light. So that's the timing. So the timing is 2 meals. And if necessary, if there is a 3rd meal, the 3rd should be incredibly light. The other timing is that not only 2 meals, but make sure they're in the early part of the day. So when the person lies down to go to sleep, the stomach can rest too. Now the reason Dan was getting blood sugar level lows in the middle of the night was because he was on too much insulin. What else would make the blood sugar level go so low? You see, he was on insulin to cope with his eating a lot of wheat, a lot of sugar. He was a young man. He was eating, you know, where's your fast food? There it is, sandwiches, pasta, cereal, there's your fast food. So he was on insulin to cope with that, and then he comes to us and he didn't need that much insulin, so he was getting blood sugar level lows. So when he started adjusting his insulin to this new food regime, he did not need as much insulin, so he stopped getting the blood sugar level lows. So the timing is not only distance between meals, but also when you eat the meals.